Yeah.
Hi.
Of course, we had technical difficulties right at the start.
The crunch time. Hopefully, you have found us not actually on the link that I prepared earlier.
How annoying. That was my own fault.
Yes, you panicked.
I did panic. Well, it's been... Anyway, we have a cup of tea. Hopefully, you have a cup of tea with us and you can join us. And good morning, Kelly.
Kelly,
Welcome.
you found us. Thank you. Sorry, we had a little hiccup there. Glad that you are here. We just thought we'd have a chat, and we've got our favourite things here. So we're going to do it live rather than recording it.
So if you haven't seen our favourite things before, we've been doing it for a little while now, where we show you each month something we've been really enjoying or using a lot, or sometimes it might be a podcast or a TV show or a movie, or something we've bought or something we've been using a lot that we've had for a while. So yeah, we've been doing it for a little while, and we have our favorite things here ready to go. If you have been loving something in July and August, because obviously we didn't do it while we were away, so we've got 2 months to cover. Hopefully you have something that you can put in the comments. So I always enjoy learning what people are liking. Don't you? People don't often comment, but I like.
No, it's interesting.
Yeah.
You're like, ooh, maybe we'll like
Yeah,
that.
exactly. Exactly.
Hey Marie, how are you? North Queensland. Were you the one? Are you from Townsville? Are you going first, or am I?
I'll go first. I'll go this one first. Okay. So my first one is our MagSafe products. So I'll show you. We've got a few different ones.
First of all, we are like,
Apple.
We're up to here in Apple.
We are Apple. Fine if you're an Android or not an Apple person. Please don't rat us out.
We're about deep in.
We are just Apple. And so both of us have phones. I think we both have the 13 now. I think anything from a 10.
12, I think.
Anything from a 10 up has the MagSafe option in the phone. And we have cases that allow the MagSafe to work with the case on.
Yeah, so is there something on the back of the phone?
Yes.
Yeah, so it's basically just like a magnet thing there that means that you can charge it without having to plug it in there.
So it's not obvious on the back of the phone, but there is something here. So it works.
To have a special
yes,
case.
but I can show you the case. Has that, I don't know whether you can see, it has like a circle in it, which allows for the MagSafe to work. So it has to, first of all, have a case that is MagSafe friendly. And then we have bought a few different products. The first one, this is probably my favorite of the three. This is a card holder. It holds my 3 important cards, my Costco membership, my license, and my credit card.
I just have 2 things in mind, my credit card and my license. Because it's easier with just 2, I find, getting them in and out.
And it will magnetize to the back of my phone. It doesn't make it super chunky. So I know that you can get, my mum has one that's this massive case that has all of her cards and it's so huge. It doesn't make the phone too thick to kind of handle. And I actually find it's weird now when it's not on here because I'm so used to holding it with that extra bit at the back.
I only put it on when I'm going out. But also, the good thing I like is that the phone tells you when it's disconnected. Yes. It does a little boom. And it has, so you know, like if it's come off, like sometimes it's come off like in my pocket or something. And so hopefully you won't lose it.
It also has a tracker in it. So my phone will tell me it's here. So if I did lose it, the
same as Find My iPhone. Yeah.
If I did lose it, it would tell me where it was, so I could potentially find it if I wasn't able to find it.
Hey Kerry, how you going?
The other one that we use every day, this is a charger, so you plug it into the lightning there, and it does the watch and the phone. It is very portable. So really good when we're traveling. And we just have one of these each sitting on our bedside table.
Yeah, you don't have to plug it in. Just sit your phone on there.
Yeah, so it just sits in, very easy to use. The other thing we bought, this is a power pack that plugs onto the back and charges. It was probably like extremely expensive and doesn't charge it very quickly, but it does get you out of a low battery
situation.
She uses it way more than me. Anyway, that's one of my favorite things. We've had the MagSafe for a while, but I really like all of the products, but especially the wallet.
Yeah, and I think the key is having the case like that is MagSafe, because otherwise you would have to take your phone out of the case to use any of these things, which would kind of
you wouldn't use it. You wouldn't use it.
Kerry's got a cuppa and put some biscotti in the oven.
Yum.
Can the cards slip out? They don't come out very easily, but it's also got a hole on the back so that you can push them out, because they're not going to come out.
Especially if you have 3 in there. They're definitely not going to move. 1, still, that's just my license. It's not easily going to come out, but you just push it up from the back so you can pop it out easily.
Okay. I'll start with my first one. Dan will be happy. It's a Costco product.
I only have one Costco product.
Actually saw there's a Lake Macquarie Costco Facebook group. I'm sure there's one for every Costco in Australia. It's massive and people share all sorts of stuff in it. But I saw someone share this and I was like, that is so cool. It's like a car safety tool. So it comes in a pack of 2. So we've each got one now, just in the side door. Like, do you have it in the...
I have mine in the middle. Because I need to be able to reach it as well as you.
Yeah, I thought in the driver's door.
What if you're on the passenger and you need it? I'm dead.
True. I'll have mine in the driver's door just because no one ever comes in my car except me. Anyway, so it has multiple functions. So it's got this really sharp, pointy, hard bit here, which you can smash a windscreen or like a car window with it. And then it has this part here where you can slide up. It will cut a seatbelt. So it kind of slides in that way and you can cut it. And I did try cutting some stuff with it.
Oh, well, I tried cutting my seatbelt. It works quite well. My seatbelt now doesn't work.
But if you're trapped in your car, you can kind of do that to get out and smash the window. And then it has, this is a magnet. So you can magnet it onto your car if you need to change a tire or something, because it's got a lot of lights in it. So it's got this very bright light. So if you were trying to change a tire or something, not that I would be doing that, you can magnet it to the car and light it up. And then it has a less bright version, and it has this.
That's if you're pointing people
here. And then it has
that is awesome. So this one,
if you're like trying to attract attention or
or even just let people know that you're in the dark and you're on the side of the road, you can put this there. So oncoming cars that are coming past you can kind of see that you're there. And you can just have, I saw a video of it. You just had it on and flashing.
Just on your car. So I think it is very useful. It was 2 of these for $30, which I think, if you could help someone in an emergency or yourself, worth money well spent. It just takes like AA batteries, which it actually came with, which things don't come with batteries.
No.
These days very often do that. And I just put a note in our calendar in 6 months' time just to change. I thought if we just change the batteries every 6 months, because you wouldn't want, the batteries not to work at the time you actually needed it. I just thought that was such a cool thing. I'm sure there's other, I'm sure it's not a
uncommon thing.
Yeah, I just had never thought of it, and I just thought, it could be something that helps in an emergency.
And it could be very helpful. Like our niece is learning to drive, and I mean, our nephew has all that kind of stuff already, but if you had young kids who were starting to drive P-platers or whatever, you could easily just buy that, chuck it in their car. They won't know that they need it until you're, in the situation, but it could be helpful to just pop it in their car if they need it. Marie said it's pretty impressive. We don't have a Costco up here. I'm sure they would have them at places like Super Cheap Auto.
Yeah, there's probably other ones. Yeah. It was just that I never even knew something like that existed.
My second one is Drive to Survive. So this is a Netflix show, and we have been hearing about it on several podcasts and people saying that they've watched it and loved it. And I've been...
If anyone listens to Armchair Expert, which is one of our favourite podcasts, they love it, and they love Daniel Ricciardo.
So I've been trying to convince Erica to watch Drive to Survive for a little while now. And when we were on the trip, we were looking for a new show to watch. And I'm like, look, let's just give it 1 or 2 episodes and see if we like it. Erica is not into sport, not into motor racing. Like if any sport, it wouldn't be
driving mode.
Yes, that's true. So yeah, it isn't something that we've ever been interested in before. Even I've never really followed the Formula One. Like I know Daniel Ricciardo and Lewis Hamilton, but that was probably about it.
It's just been like you're literally watching people drive around. Like really.
So anyway,
not anymore.
Drive to Survive is a kind of behind the scenes look at the Formula One,
like a documentary,
docu-series or whatever
yeah.
And it goes into all of the different teams. It looks at the guys who run the teams.
Yeah. Seems like a stressful job.
It looks at the drivers, obviously, and like it really delved into their lives, and we loved it. There's 4 seasons, and we watched it in 3 weeks
on our trip.
Yeah, on our trip. So we really enjoyed it. If you're looking for a new show, don't write it off because you're not interested. Erica is now like a massive Formula One fan, is planning like where we can go and watch a race.
When you learn like the people behind it, it makes a big difference in the personalities and whatnot. And then I also did like the aspect of it is that they're in a different location all the time, and some of them are pretty cool. So
we'll just... Kelly asked, she needs to join with Costco. Is there a referral program?
I wish.
I work for them, so please join up. That's just...
You're supporting Dan. I don't think you'll regret it, Kelly. Like they have some pretty good things, I think. And you don't need to be going there weekly to get the benefit of it. I mean, I don't know how far away you are from there. Even just the petrol is a really good... Like it's so much cheaper than everywhere else. And
don't write it off because you're only 1 or 2 people in the household thinking that it's all like bulk stuff. A lot of it is, but we buy cheese, really delicious cheese from there.
I love the avocado oil.
The cauliflower rice we really like from there. And the 3-pack of cauliflower rice actually lasts for ages because of the way that they've packaged it, and we just keep it. We just pretty much have some of that in the fridge all the time. And also like the goat's cheese, the Meredith Dairy goat's cheese, we pretty much have that here all the time.
Do another walk at Costco. We don't like filming.
I'm not allowed to really. There's a policy around social media, so.
Okay, I'm going to do my next thing, which, surprise, surprise, it's Yeti related. You know how we love our Yeti stuff. But when we went away, we were trying not to purchase bottled water from the point of view of just like, the single-use plastic, also the expense of it. Like sometimes you pay ridiculous amounts. But I really like having cold water. So we did manage not to buy any bottled water, except when we were in Harvey Bay, just because the tap water was basically undrinkable. So we did buy some big bottles of water there just to drink. But the rest of the trip, we used, we each have a water bottle that we carry with us most of the time.
All the time.
So that helps. And then because we weren't just going out for a couple of hours, we also had this, which, you can get any sort of one like this. We used to have like a plastic Heskey type one. And we just filled this up with ice and water, like when we were leaving here for the big drives or if we were going to the beach or whatever. and then we could just fill up our water bottles from here. So we always had nice cold water, and we didn't really have to buy any. And then this, because it keeps it cold, even if it had the ice in it, we could just fill this up from a tap, and it would kind of
and
make
the
it cold
ice
as well.
Stayed icy for like overnight.
Yeah.
Sometimes I would that was loud.
That was noisy. I like this one because it's stainless steel, so the same as the inside of these, so you're not kind of drinking out of plastic. Whether that's good or bad, I don't know, but I'd rather not find out. And it's got like a little thing so you can pour, or you can take it off like that, like if you're trying to fill it up with the ice, which is nice because plenty of room.
It was really helpful to have that. If you're not aware, we just have done a 3-week trip in Queensland, and it was a driving trip. So it was really good because we could have this filled up, and sometimes we were doing 12-hour driving days, and we had plenty of cold water. We didn't have to stop at a servo. We could do breaks at rest stops, go to the toilet and just fill up our water bottles and grab a snack or whatever from what we'd already taken with us. So that was a really good thing. We also had my Yeti Cooler, which I think we've actually shown on here before. I've got a big, I think it's a 28 litre, and we just used that. We didn't have an esky or anything. We had a couple of cold bricks, and most of our cold stuff fitted in there, no problem.
Yeah, so we had cold drinks and then just any kind of leftover food that we were taking from place to place.
My next one's under there.
Oh yeah, next one's under all the water bottles.
So my next one is a board game. It's called Catan. We really like board games, card games. If you're in the
we like any sort of game.
If you're in the community group, I posted this in there last weekend because my mum was here and we opened it up for the first time. So mum likes playing board games as well, and it was really good. Erica got this for her birthday last year, so it's almost her birthday coming around again. And we hadn't played it because you can't play 2 players really. It looked like it needed to be 3 or 4, and we don't really have people over that much. So
there was like special instructions if you wanted to play 2, but we don't really ever play games. Just
no. So anyway, we cranked this out. There was quite an elaborate setup process. But once you kind of know how to play it, it's not a complicated game to play. It just looks complicated with the setup.
Yeah, I think your mum was a bit overwhelmed at the start because it's just like completely different because she probably hasn't even played any games like this.
Yeah, we've played a few of these type of games.
Yeah, but once you got it, it was actually pretty straightforward, and I really enjoyed playing it. So we played it a couple of times while she was here. So I think we've got the gist of it now. I just haven't worked out
the strategy.
Like I know the rules of what your aim of the game is. I haven't worked out the best way to do it, but I think it will be a fun game. We need to find some people in Newcastle to play games with.
Oh, the washing machine's just playing a little tune. We got a new washing machine. We're also filming a vlog. So for next weekend, the vlog is coming out. I'll just show on here that we're proving that we're actually doing it.
But we've got a new washing machine and it plays a lovely little tune at the end.
And also the work in the backyard is like this close to being finished.
Hopefully in a couple of weeks the video will be
the update of the backyard.
Backyard update. But I need to do my third thing.
Yeah.
My third thing is my gym that I go to.
What's the name of it?
It's called the Self-Care Sisterhood. It's actually moving from, it was in Broadmeadow. It's moving to New Lambton for anyone who's in the Newcastle area. And I'm just so happy that I found it because it's perfect for me. It's quite small. The class sizes are very small. You get very individualized help. They're very good for catering for people who, they provide alterations on everything so that, you know, there's always something that you can do if you can't do the actual prescribed activity, what do you call it, exercise. But yeah, and it's just a really nice environment. It's not at all focused on like looks or weight loss. There's no mirrors or anything like that. It's all about just
functionality,
moving for yourself, and their kind of motto is moving for your mind. So I started off in March, do you think?
Well, you're almost at the end, and you paused it for a month.
Yeah, it was after we came back from Mum's. So I started off going once a week, and I'm going twice a week now, and I'm doing like strength training. And I actually have come to the realization that I don't like dread going, and I feel like every other exercise thing, I'm not walking so much, but like if I've been to a gym or something before, it's like I'm trying to get out of it. You know what I mean? I'm talking about how can I not go to this, but I actually happily go along. I mean, I wouldn't say I love it and I look forward to it, but I don't dread it, which is very, very exciting. And I'm so happy that I found that place because I think this is a good fit. I mean, it is expensive compared to a normal gym, but I feel like it's a good investment.
It's a good fit for you.
Yeah.
Also, you haven't really been keen on trying doing anything with barbells before.
No,
you've been really so scared of it.
The whole barbell rack thing, but now I'm all over it.
So the classes that she does is also using the barbell, like they're like strength classes, and then the PT is a similar kind of teaching you the movements, and teaching you to make the movement properly. And also her PT is very good at pushing her and not letting her get away with being too soft on her weights. And
because another aspect of the gym is it's not like the Biggest Loser or like boot camp, you know, where it's like do this. It's very like, you know, if you don't want to do something or whatever, you can just not do it. But also, you know, my personal trainer has gotten to know that I can do things.
Yeah, so she quite often, I think, will say, do you think you could go a little bit heavier with that weight? Because it looks like you're just throwing it around. So
she'd be like, you talked to me the whole time you did that. I think you could go heavier. But yes, it is, and it's kind of, it's nice because like I feel like I've been working so long at separating exercise from being about weight loss, and it's nice that I'm actually kind of doing something that I enjoy, not for that reason.
There's some Kelly made a comment about her favorite things.
All right, 2 favorite things in August.
Our travel videos.
Kelly. And the podcast The Imperfects. I've heard of that, but I can't remember the context I've heard of it. The Imperfects. You know that we love podcasts. Actually, we should put that podcast on our favorite things next time, that new one that we're listening to.
It's Hugh Van and Ryan Shelton.
Yes. Okay, yes. I heard him on Mamma Mia.
Yeah, and Ryan Shelton and that Hugh have both been on No Filter. Yeah. But I've also heard that Hugh on Osher Ginsberg and a few other podcasts. Yes. I think even Will Anderson. So
nice.
We will have to give that one a go. Don't do any more favorite things. You've got to save them for next time. It's the problem with it being live.
It is hard to find a good gym, Kerry. And like the gym we used to go to, which was just like a regular gym at like the
West,
which is like a club. I mean, it was a massive, beautiful, nice gym. But in the weight section, it was kind of cordoned off in the like you had to kind of go into a special room, and it was just all the bros in there. Like, it wasn't really like I was going to wander in there, and you know.
Tracy said lifting weights is so important for maintaining bone density and fighting off. How do you say
sarcopenia?
Sarcopenia.
Yes, and my mum has osteoporosis, so I'm very interested in looking after my bones.
So if anyone else has favorite things, we've got a couple of other things that we wanted to mention. But if you have a favorite thing or 2 that you would like to mention in the chat, please do, and we can have a little talk about it. Couple of things I wanted to bring up we are making new recipes. We haven't made, well, not me. Erica is making new recipes. I've got nothing to do with it, although I am the quality control around here. So yes, Erica's been making new recipes now for almost 3 months. And you may not be aware, but yes, check out the website. All the new ones are kind of easily found at the front. If you're not following us on Facebook and Instagram, Erica also posts in there around the new recipe that's coming out. But the best
on Facebook, I've given up on Instagram. I hate it.
The best way to find out what we're doing is to be subscribed to our email. How do they easily find that?
Oh, if you go to Have Butter Will Travel it's on the homepage.
Yeah, so it's on the side.
If you're on your phone, you might need to scroll down because it's on the side. But if you're on a computer, it should be there on the side.
So in the emails every week, you will get an email and it'll kind of tell you the new recipe, but it will also get you an exclusive recipe, which every month Erica is doing one that is just for the email subscribers. So if you're here and you're not subscribed, I'd be surprised.
Yeah, this is like the OGs.
There's 21 people here. If all those people are not subscribed to our email list, I will be shocked.
But yeah, so because we're doing at the moment a theme each month with the recipes, which I've been really enjoying, and it's been like I've liked having the theme. I don't know if everyone else is enjoying it. So in August we did winter warmers, and then September's protein packed breakfast. So there'll be every Friday a new recipe related to the theme for that month on the website, and then at the end of the month there'll be a bonus recipe related to the theme just for the email subscribers. And this month Dan's decided the bonus recipe is her favorite smoothie recipe.
My recipe. Look out for that. Everyone's unsubscribed to the email list because they don't want my stupid recipe.
But we've also been sending out other emails just with helpful tips of like related to the theme. So like for protein packed breakfast, we sent out one on Tuesday, which was just like some ideas of how you could add protein to your breakfast. And then also recipes and whatnot. So yes, it has been. I'm really enjoying having the theme.
Also, while our focus is no longer low carb or keto, Erica has been working really hard to make sure that there is some information around how you can make the recipe low carb if it isn't already.
Yeah, most of them have been pretty low carb, but I always have a make it low carb section in the post. So you just need to look at that
so don't just scroll down to the recipe like we all do because we don't want to read all the stuff in the middle of it. And just quickly look at the carbs and rule it out, because Erica has made some suggestions around how to sub out one thing for something else that might be a little bit lower carb. So Kelly made the osso buco for dinner. That's people who have made that absolutely love it. I don't think Eleni's here, but Eleni loves that recipe.
It's an older recipe, but because of the winter warmer theme, it's kind of had a bit of love again, which is nice. And also we're thinking we'll do these lives monthly. So I don't know if you guys are happy with that.
And next time we will go live from the actual post that we honestly. We're too old for this, I think. Hopefully you have enjoyed this kind of live aspect. We do like talking to you live, but we have struggled to find a way to do it where it's not like me. I kind of got over the Dan versus the kitchen, and I think this is a good way of doing it once a month. If you've enjoyed it, please let us know. Let us know your favorite things if you're watching this on replay.
And so next week we've got a vlog coming out that we're filming today. And then the week after that will hopefully be the garden.
Hopefully. Honestly,
year in the
delays. It's just been really difficult with supply, weather.
There's
been a
COVID.
lot of things. Yeah. Tracy said she's really missed the lives. We do enjoy doing them, but we need to have a focus because otherwise there's nothing to talk about. And
I guess we don't want it to be like that we're talking about. Like before, we were probably answering people's questions about
low carb
keto
and stuff.
and low carb, and we don't want to be talking about that all the time.
Annette said that she's loving the protein breakfasts.
Oh,
Erica's been testing out a good one.
I'm not sure on it.
Of course, she never is.
I've done 3 iterations of protein pancakes without protein powder.
Anyway,
we'll see.
Watch this space. You will see it hopefully come out next week or the week after. So that's it. Us live for this month, and we will let you know. I don't know how, I don't know that we can say it's going to be like on the second Sunday of the month. It'll just be kind of when we do it at the moment.
Where are the cats? Yes, we should.
We've locked them up.
Should we get them? Scout was being extra annoying this morning because we've been we should include it in the vlog today. We've been taking them out in the backyard on like a little lead, and they are now absolutely obsessed with going outside. So anytime we have the back door open, just to have fresh air in, she just sits there and meows because she wants to go outside.
And she never was a meower, and now she meows all the time.
Found her voice. She has found.
So we'll take her out there on the vlog today and give her a little bit of outside time. Even Jem, sorry, I'll sit back down so you can actually see my head. Even Jem,
the white one,
is so keen to be going out there. Like, I had to do a job out there last night, and I was standing on a chair, which I know you probably shouldn't do. And I was bringing the chair back in, and she bolted out. And there haven't been cats that have been super keen to go outside.
Created monsters.
So there's the cats. Jem is asleep in the sun in the bedroom, and Scout is now not asleep, so we've disturbed her, so that's great. All right, thanks for coming in, guys. We appreciate all 23 of you that came in, and hopefully as we do these, more and more people will be aware that we're doing them. Thanks, guys.
Bye.